라라라라 라라라라. 아이고, 여기네. 됐구만. 가자. 무시. 여기 아닌데? 가자.
야.
응? 여긴가? 보이는데? 아유, 음료 한번 치워줘야 되는데. 응? 여기 계시네? 근데 잠깐, 말 한번 걸까?
Greetings. What business have you?
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
One of the Neuhoff
strage.
stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to supply.
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason. The bandits wanted to kill him because he recognized one of them.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods and one of them was killed. The rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Uzhitz. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me. I'm going to our encampment at Merhaya to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir.
Farewell.
저 선택인가 보네. 존나 멀리 왔구먼. 이 한번 들릴까? 멍청한 뭐 하는 거죠?
Yeah.
이렇게 빠져나가는.
Yeah.
이 길이?
Yeah.
가서 여기서 왼쪽에 나오는 길을 가서 여기인가? 쭉 가면 되겠다. 여기서 꺾으면 되겠다.
Yeah.
힘이 없어가지고. 여기서 꺾어서
Yeah.
뭐야, 길이 없어. 이렇게 해서 나왔어야 되는 거네. 그냥 가. 머리 그냥 대미고 가면 되지 뭐. 와씨, 좀 근데 경사가 빡빡한데? 경사 좀 많이 빡빡한데? 할 수 있는 건가? 할 수 있어, 할 수 있어. 그치, 잘 가네. 생각보다. 야씨, 되게 잘 가는데? 헬로. 너무 어두워. 응? 아, 여기구나.
God be with you.
Miller Peshek from Ratai sent me with this ring for you.
A ring.
Here it is.
Useless fucking bauble. You must be Henry, right? Peshek told me about you.
What the? Why did you throw it away? Do you know how much trouble I had to get it? Peshek said it was important to you.
Like I said, it's a piece of junk. It was just a test to see if you've got the balls to work for the miller. It's a custom of ours, testing fledglings in the trade with a nice little wild goose chase. We need to see if you'll be hobbled by pointless principles, or if you're willing to use your head. Congratulations. You passed the test, and now we'll have a few jobs for you.
What am I to do with these things I pilfer? No one will buy stolen goods from me.
Buying and selling stolen goods is a crime. But if they're worth something, I can make sure they're, properly cared for. Not that I'd buy them from you, but I could, store them for you. And you'll get some coin
보관을
for
해준다고?
taking care of them before.
So if someone loses something and I happen to find it, I can bring it to you to store, and I'll get groschen for it.
That's the arrangement.
Do you need help with anything?
Just in time. There is a certain matter I need resolving. I have some scores to settle with the commander of the Talmberg Guard. and I want to get my own back. You may have heard that Sir Robard of Talmberg is a stickler for having all his gear neat and tidy.
The commander of the guard? Sir Robard? I'm already confused. Just tell me what I need to do.
It's like this. I want you to break into the Talmberg armory and steal a few Waffen rocks with the coat of arms on them.
Ah, and once Sir Robard finds some of his guardsmen's equipment is missing...
He'll see to the commander of the guard, who's the only one with keys and answerable for their safekeeping. When Robard finds out he's losing things from under his nose, he'll have him whipped. And I'll get what I'm after. Satisfaction. Take at least 5 Waffen rocks to make it a proper stink.
Consider it
일단
done.
받아.
What am I to do with the Waffen rocks once I have them?
I'll burn them to get rid of the evidence. Just make sure you don't get
안
caught.
하면 그만이잖아. 받아놓고.
Good luck to you.
그래서 점 한번 때리고 달아나.
What did you say? What did you fucking say? Gone weak at the knees, have you?
To hell with you.
그래, 다음.
You can't hide from me.
짬장해줬죠?
Well, I never. Hey, who's there? What's going on there?
뭐야, 이 새끼는 맞고 어디 가냐 이거? 여기 올라가네. 응? 뭐가 있다.
Damn it, I wish I was able to swim.
까비. 나는 이쪽으로 바람여행 조지고 이건 좀 쉬고
Hey, lad. Don't you want a little wager on the Rat-Aid tourney?
꺼져 잘 거야. 이를 그냥 가득 채워. 아이고.
Hey, do you think you own the place?
Snoring here? Clear off!
냄.
Hey, get up off of that bed. You've no business here.
안 보이네. 남문이 있어? 그런 게 있었어? 아, 난민촌이구나 여기. 말에 있는 걸 볼 수는 없네. 아니, 인벤토리에서 말에 있는 건 없구나? 음. 말에서 넣어놓은 거를 어떻게 보는 거지? 아, 이렇게 이렇게 보는 건가? 자, 일단은 아침까지 좀 돌리자.
Hey, halt right there. Show me what you have on you.
What?
Orders of his lordship.
Oh, come on then.
All right, you can go.
I could do with a
날마다
bite to
그러네.
eat.
일단은 얘 거에서 안 열었네. 밥 좀 먹어야 되겠니? 파이팅게. 빵집이네. 아직도 안 열었어. 7시면 열지 않을까? 아직도 안 열었어.
My respects to you.
그래.
Farewell.
완전 생으로 먹는 거야. 안 봤네? 간다, 간다. 오늘 안 열었어.
Hey, you! What are you doing? Fuck off before.
What are you doing here?
아닙니다. 들어왔어요. 아이, 문 연대가 없냐.
Good day to you. Take care now.
영업을 하는 거야? 꿀. 인데?
My respects to you. I'll be with you.
살라미? 그래. 슈. 이거 나쁘지 않아.
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
Could be. You're the blacksmith son from Scarlet's, ain't you? The bailiff here could probably use you. He's got some jobs for the
이건
Scarlet's
했고.
refugees, but he's not sure who's good for what. He was moaning about it here yesterday. Oh, and another thing. Berthold, our local gamekeeper, was looking for help with something a while back.
그냥
Why don't you ask him
터지기.
if he still needs help? Good luck
Okay.
to you.
무기를 활살 화살 좀 사야겠는데? 열려있던가? 왜 이렇게 무겁지 나? 보이는 거 뭐 별로 없는데. 사에 사고 오지츠 서기. 서기가 여기 있는 사람이 아닌가? 음.
Kettles for water, baskets for goods, and torches for the night. I've had it all.
My respects to you. Good luck to you.
화살 화살. 아씨 아니네.
Huh?
화살은 없는데? 아이씨. 화살은 어디서 구하나? 박제. 상인?
Good people, come up close and have a smell.
Thank you. Call again. Jesus Christ be praised.
뭐래? 화살을 있긴 하네. 흥매. 희량이 있네. 싼 거. 설마 사? 얼마나 된다고? 상점이던데? 빵집이구나.
Good health to you. God be with you.
아유 어쩌보네. 리사이클. 와 이제 개멀다.
You're the young fellow who came here from Scarlet's, half dead, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes, that'll be me. Why?
The lady of the castle was asking after you. She wants to talk to you.
Ah, I'll go and see her then. Thank you.
Very well. Don't make her wait. Take care now.
어디 있는데요? 내 말인가? 아니네. 뭐요? 어디요? 에이. 여기구나. 여기.
What the?
The Lord save you. What do you need?
I heard you wanted to talk to me, my lady.
It's true. I need something from you.
How can I help?
My cousin, young Sophie, is going to be wed. It will be an entry into a new life, and I want everything to be perfect for her. I'm looking for a few things to give her as a gift, and you're going to find them for me.
My lady, why me?
Normally I'd let the Chamberlain take care of it, but he doesn't have any taste. I can't trust him with this. And I've been told no task is too challenging for you. Is that not true?
아, 당연히
It'll
당연히.
be my honor, my lady.
I need you to pick up an ornamental crown from Sasau for Sophie, wine from a
왕관에.
merchant in Ratai, and a roan from the stable in Ujits.
와인에.
And the ornamental crown?
I had the engravers in Sasau make it, but now they've written to say it will take a while longer. That just won't do. The wedding is almost upon us, and I need it. Go and see Master Jeronim Slesky and pick it up.
Who am I supposed
와인에.
to pick up the wine from?
From Conrad Hagen in Ratai. He's the only person in the whole region who can supply a genuinely good wine. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about. Here you go. That should be enough.
You said a roan from Ujits.
Precisely. It's a beautiful animal. Wait till you see it. Dietrich said he'd ride it here himself, but I can already imagine how he'll end up killing himself on that horse. But you, so young and vigorous.
Who am I supposed to pick up the wine from?
From Conrad Hagen in Ratai. He's the only person in the whole region who can supply a genuinely good wine. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about.
Wine,
Okay.
a roan, and a crown. I can handle that.
Thank you, Henry. I just wish there were others here I could trust so well.
Good luck then.
바바바바바바바바바. 여긴 어디인데? 아, 개머네. 그래. 가봐, 새끼야. 가자. 일단은 이쪽으로 갑시다.
Yeah.
필요 없네.
Yeah. Yeah.
야, 왜 집인 건가 그냥? 당연히.
Garlic that will cure all ailments, and onions that will... Good day to you.
그때 드디어?
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
What would you want with him? Well, it's no skin off my nose. The bastard has a cottage on the edge of the village by the road to Ratai.
I'm looking for the local groom. Where can I find him?
Where do you think? In the stables, of course. Farewell.
가자. 응? 여기도 맞나? 여기구만. 사람이 많네. 비가 막
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanish's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him. Sakra.
Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But look and ask all you like.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
구도 없었어?
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Another thing about Lubosh.
아, 한 거네.
Jesus
Marusi.
Christ. Your clothes. Were you assaulted? Damn bandits. May they burn in hell.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time. And then yesterday, he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was
모르겠지.
home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who
만났어요?
Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
That's all. Thank you.
안고.
Good luck then.
God be with you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course, ask away.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but I wouldn't wish an end like that on any man.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Not a clue.
That's
여긴
all.
말해봐서
Thank you.
똑같겠다.
Farewell.
아제라. 아제가 어디 있을까? 아, 사제 저기 있네.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
왜 아무도 없네. 당신이 사제요?
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances. And this is one of them.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you I would be betraying a vow that's a cornerstone of the Holy Church, if people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
God be with you.
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. A reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form. Good luck to you.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Is there anything suspicious going on in these parts?
Indeed there is. Just last night, Father Godwin was here, calling fire and brimstone down on old Gertrude, the herb woman. He's not one to make a fuss over some trifle either. And that's not all. Around here, you should hear about what Vashek the groom has been up to at the stables. When the head groom told the lads here, they fell off their seats laughing.
Vashek?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about it, but ask all you want.
Do you know anyone Lubos used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
됐어?
That's all. Thank you.
Farewell.
저녁에 술집에서 만나자. 이 정도는 되겠지. 완전 저녁이긴 하지. 양모하지 않았어? 여기 말고 다른 데가 있는 건 아닐 거 아니야. 새로운 인물한. 아, 있네.
The blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad. Take a seat.
으쌰.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
죽었어.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. The parents, the girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovno. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanush to send that old grouch Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, Well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened in Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
Just as you are.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhoff stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed.
Yeah.
Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
Enjoy.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution.
Call me one.
What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Here.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasa Monastery.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
I'll have a beer.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe?
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padną dziesięć smutek, dnielno i rano utek, niech już małżeński majsat, do wczera żylne staje prak. Už sejmo i svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě jich kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požadem si huby jako poslední den. Půjďme se mámy a do rána slávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra je tu soudnej den. Tak nalej mi hned a točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Oh. You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
아이, 뭔 지랄이야 이게?
Fire!
통수.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
머리가 긴다. 아, 저기.
Well landed.
저기.
Back.
유후.
So, my dear, wouldn't you like to have a little ring on the bell? Closer said than done.
잠깐.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure. Right, Henry? Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
아, 됐다. 숙취 해제. 먹는 것도 있고 바르는 것도 있네. 발라야 숙취 해제가 되는 거야? 아, 아니네.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
해결을 해달라고.
So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated.
Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
뭐지? 이 약간 삐딱한 느낌? 아, 숙취 때문에.
Never show up. The swindle. Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hoc facite in meam commemorationem.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which you first.
선택지 게임. 자신감이지.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
creation has given to every man the power by which he might rule the whole world. But that power does not give him the right to rule. That right belongs to God alone. It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, enemies, injustice, hunger and chaos, failed harvests, fires, floods and other catastrophes. And it is all due to the corrupt servants of God who do not practice what they preach. They think sins can be washed away by money, and they sell indulgences, and that's bad, because sins cannot be redeemed with silver.
Prague didn't do much for his confidence.
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
I say to you, in the words of Jan Hus, he who knows much, let him speak much. He who knows little, let him speak little. Let each speak as much as he knows, and he who knows nothing, let him at least teach his neighbour one virtuous deed by setting him good example and refraining from playing dice and from fornication. And that applies both to priests and to you, brothers and sisters.
That's his conclusion?
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Have you no shame, you pair of buffoons? I'll be writing to the bishop of this. For shame.
Utterly blasphemous.
Can you believe such behavior? For men of the cloth to get drunk at pigs of church.
망했네.
So, is our deal still on?
Are you pulling my fucking pizzle? I couldn't have done worse myself if I'd puked on the altar.
Well, I'm no preacher.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
You can't be serious. After all that?
All what? All you making a complete hash of my sermon? You were supposed to help, not get me into even more trouble. Now I'll have the bishop on my back, and all the villagers. Just leave, I need to pull myself together.
And what am I supposed to do?
Find someone else to help you.
아, 이 까비인데? 불러오는 거 뭐 없나? 너무 먼데?
It's nothing much. Sir Radzik has made his home in the lower castle, but the serfs are squashed together in tents all over Rattay, wherever they can.
And how are they doing?
going from bad to worse.
아이 세이브가 애매해가지고 4시 25분? 와 너무 긴데. 그러니까 이거 다시 봐야긴 좀 그런데.
God be with you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about it, but ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
That's all. Thank you.
God be with you.
아 뛰질 못하네.
Good day to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Ask away.
뭐야
That's
이건?
all. Thank you.
I'd like to learn to read.
You? You don't look like the makings of a priest or clerk. But why not? I've taught all sorts. Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my trouble.
All right. I don't want to waste time. We can get started. The sooner I master it, the better.
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put you through your paces, if indeed time is of the essence.
50 그렇습니다.
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. No. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he follow his heart. Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple text. Come back once you've worked your way through it.
어느 날 자신이 키우던 거위는 둥지로 가던 시골뜨기가 노랗고 반짝이는 발을 발견했다. 아, 발견인데 견반했다 이렇게 그랬네. 그새 도로를 자 부기가 납두를 쳐 그런 무거웠고 그는 누가 장난치던 거라고 생각해서 집어 던지려고 했다. 하지만 마음을 고쳐먹고 집에 가지고 와서 자세히 살펴본 뒤에 그것이 순금이란 사실을 알고 어기다 했. 매일 아침 같은 일이 벌어졌고 그는 그 아야를 팔아서 부자가 되었다. 돈이 많아질수록 그는 더 탐욕스러워졌다. 거위가 날 수 있는 황금알을 한 번에 가지고 싶다는 생각이 들자 그는 거위를 죽이고 배를 갈라보았지만 그 안에는 아무것도 없었다. 에휴. 이건 뭐야? 몰라. 다 있었어요.
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
That being greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils. You've uncovered the meaning hidden in the letters. Like I told you, books are valuable, and the words that you place in them ought to be no less so.
Does that mean that I can read them?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around words will take a lot more reading yet. Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. Many books are written in Latin, the language of erudite and religious men. If you really want to be able to read, there's no getting away from Latin. There's a book on the table with some text. Read it and then come back. You need not understand it, but you should master the letters.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle Latin.
You're a clever lad. You'll manage.
아이고. 모르겠는데요? 전혀 모르겠는데요? 거기
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
요런 느낌이었던 거.
Dullest liver tam malus.
아닌데.
Non liquor party profit.
Not bad, my boy. Good effort. You're almost there.
아, 이게 아니라고?
But you better go back and read it again.
아이. 어쨌건가? 다시. 하지 마시고.
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
이거다.
Nullus est liber tam malus ut non liquor parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well, there's nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
그렇죠?
Good luck to you.
일단 읽어봐. 뭐가 되는지 모르겠지만. 아, 2시간이면 되겠지. 아, 진행도가 있네. 빡센데? 그럼 해주는 걸로 하자. 아, 먼저 찍을걸. 좀 먹어도 될까요? 개꿀.
God be with you. Do you need anything?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Ask away.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
He was a drunkard and a beast. And lazy, too. Idle hands are the devil's tools.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
The only thing seemed suspicious was how a rogue like him suddenly started going to church. Now I see why, of course.
아, 단서 교회밖에 없는데.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
What do I care about that scoundrel? I was glad he stayed out of my way.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
He was always a loner. Except lately he started talking to the parish priest of all people.
That's all. Thank you.
God bless.
해답이 교회밖에 없는 것 같은데 교회는 조졌기 때문에 모르겠단 말이지. 뭐야? 우와, 치가 있어? 아, 첩이
Good
있네?
afternoon.
You live here?
Of course.
I mean here, in the presbytery.
Yeah, right here.
In the presbytery? With the parish priest?
Yes. What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Yes, of course I like you.
So why are you surprised Godwin likes me too?
I'm not. I mean, I see. Think. You live here?
Of course.
I mean here, in the presbytery.
Yeah, right here.
In the presbytery? With the parish priest?
Yes. What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Yes, of course I like you.
So why are you surprised Godwin likes me too?
I'm not. I mean, I see. Think.
Good luck then.
아, 이게 그냥 때려버리네. 인기가 없을 때 어느새 뚝딱 따가지고 그냥 좀 보고 싶은데.
What ails you, sir?
I'm looking for the local groom. Where can I find him?
There's something hit you on the head, boy. Where do you think you'll find a groom, for Christ's sakes? Ask at the stables. May the Lord watch over you.
방법이 없어지긴 했는데 아, 마을 행정관을 내가 찾으려고 했구나. 행정관이 어디냐? 거기는 아까 예? 여기는 이건데? 행정관인가? 마을에 서기가 어딨어? 서기가 아니라 행정관? 마부가 행정관을 찾아서 돌아다녀야겠는데?
What? Show yourself. Who is it? What's that?
Greetings. What do you need?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa.
Ask all you want, lad.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
I don't know, since I don't go to alehouses.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
Those that live by the sword die by the sword. I'm not surprised the end he came to.
Do you know what Lubosh...
How would I know?
Have you noticed...
Everything about him was...
That's all. Thank you.
Goodbye. What? Hey!
오 씨발. 아, 어디 가서 찾아야 되는 거야?
Cabbage! Lovely, delicious cabbage!
모르겠는데. 잘 모르겠어.
My respects to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Leiper. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know anything about...
That's all.
Good luck to you.
아, 뭐지?
Good day to you.
I've come in the name of Sir...
Of course.
That's all.
Take care now.
이 시기는 한우시경. 우리 가야 된단 말인데. 그러면 일단 이쪽에 가서 뭐를 먼저 갖고 와야겠다. 인가? 네.
야!
속에서는 안 쳐봤습니다.
야!
God be with you. What can I do for you?
고마워. 저쪽인데?
야!
Good day to you. What do you need?
I'm looking for the local groom.
Well, you found him. What can I do for you?
The Lady Stephanie of Townburg sent me. She said you have a roan ready for her.
Well, Chamberlain Dietrich said someone would come. We have him here, but if he's ready, I can't say. That miserable horse will let you saddle him and walk him around the courtyard, but as soon as someone sits on him, he goes completely wild.
That horse is supposed to be presented at a noble woman's wedding. It probably won't be appropriate if he makes a spectacle of his rider. Is there anything I can do?
Try asking Vasha.
For some reason, that devil horse listens to him. Then take the horse with you. Dietrich's arranged everything. Farewell.
Patrick. 어? 마색이 어디 있는데? 마색이 저기 있구나. 들어본 이름인데. 네, 검술스승? 아닌 것 같은데.
Good health to you. I heard you have a way with the horse that unsaddles everyone else.
Yes. I suppose I do.
And how do you do it? How do you calm him down?
I'm good to him.
그냥 잘 대해줬어. Wow.
Well, I want to treat the horse well too. But I don't know how, because I don't know him as well as you do. Will you help me?
Liar. You want to take him away. Leave him alone.
Good luck to you. One last time. How are you able to handle the horse?
I'm good to him.
Listen, Basha. I've been entrusted by the Lady of Talmberg. I need you to help me understand how to calm down that roan.
Lady Stephanie?
Then you know her.
She's a good person. She even talked to me once.
I know her too, and she was
Well.
nice to me as well.
이 능력치보다는 그냥 좋은 선택지를 오르게 본 거야.
Sing him his favorite song.
And which one would that be?
Two horses come roaming in the merry month of May to graze in the shade of the apple tree there. The first one is brown and the second is grey. Which shall I ride to my maiden so fair?
That's, interesting.
I know how it looks, but he likes it.
Thank you, Basha.
Take care now.
좋네.
So, boy, want me to sing? You're definitely the first horse I've ever serenaded. Two horses come running in the night.
그렇다고 다시 가야 되는데 빠른 여행 또 그냥 빠른 여행 적용 안 되면 아 역시 좋아 좋아
For Lady Stephanie. Thank you, Henry. Ow! Watch where you're going, you lout! You nearly killed me!
어? 뭐야? 당신의 침대. 여기. 뭐야? 페쿨러스 뭐야? 사라졌어. 잘못 연 것 같아. 땅이 쪽에. 그러면은 다시 가야 돼. 빠바바바바바바바바. 나가요. 왜 없네? 없어? 여기에 새로운 활동이 있네. 아닐까?
My respects to you.
Did you find out what actually happened?
What do I know? The lords are at each other's throats, but it's us that has to suffer for it. Same as always. I reckon they was after the silver mines, wasn't they?
How does life in Rattay suit you?
It'd be fine if we didn't have to sleep in hovels and beg for alms. And the bailiff is always on our backs, the bastard. But what can we do? We've got nowhere else to go. Farewell.
뭐야? 새로운 활동이라는데 뭐가 없는데?
Yeah.
Good people, come up close and have a smell. Fresh bread.
여기. 구독 어떻게 된 건가요?
What do you need?
Did you have some trouble here with a fellow from Uzhitz they call Limpy Lubosh?
We did indeed. He was looking for a fight and resisted arrest. He got a taste of the rod and the stocks, and so did his cronies.
Can you remember their names?
I don't know. There was one from Vlashim and another from somewhere hereabouts. They called him by a funny name, too. Smelly or Lousy or something ridiculous like that. Anyway, it should all be written down in the records.
Can I have a look at them?
It's not my responsibility, I'm afraid. Friedrich the scribe takes care of the records, and he's sick now. He said he'll be back to work when his joints stop aching. You'll have to arrange it with him.
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on here?
Nothing of interest to me, thank Christ.
You look like you've got a lot on your plate, Master Bailiff. Is work keeping you busy?
Busy? I've had so many visitors, I wouldn't wonder if the door fell off its hinges.
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting some of the Skalitz refugees to work. It's not that there's a shortage of jobs, the problem's sharing them out fairly.
I understand. Everyone has mouths to feed.
The worst part is they won't tell you who really needs a job the most, but you might be able to help, Henry.
How?
They're like to be more honest with you, so you can find out who's in the most need. And you can decide for yourself who'll do what. Will you help?
If you need help, I'll do whatever I can.
You're a godsend. I'm sure it won't take too long. You know how the refugees are getting on, don't you? But ask around if you need to find out more.
What kind of work are we talking about?
Well, old Hagen is looking for a cook, and we need 3, actually 5 carriers.
A cook and 5 water carriers? That sounds simple enough. Is there a problem?
A little. We need 3 water carriers, but the other 2 will have to carry, begging your pardon, shit. Or as the Pope would say, excrement.
Is there anyone who can tell me more about it?
Yes, the merchant Conrad Hagen is the one looking for a cook, so you can talk to him. And young Alex will know which of the Skalitz folk are best suited to the job.
How come that's such a cause for concern?
For one thing, they're afraid of me, and I can't get a straight answer out of any of them. So how the hell am I supposed to make the right choice?
Oh, they're desperate. You can't blame them.
I don't, but I might end up picking some good-for-nothing who'll just booze his wages away.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me anything more about the cook?
You'll have to ask Hagen yourself. I couldn't get a straightforward answer out of him. Maybe he's changed his mind.
What do I need to know about the water carriers?
We need 3. Right now, some of the burgers' hands are doing the job.
And they need to go all the way down to the river for water.
Of course, where else would they get it? Gallows Hill? It's not an easy job, but someone has to do it.
What can you tell me about the other... carriers?
It's dirty, but it's a job that needs to be done. There'll be more than enough work for them. Some places are overflowing.
Sounds disgusting. Why would anyone want the job?
If all else fails, I'll pay 2 groschen for every 1 I pay the water carriers. That might convince someone.
Okay.
That's all I need to know.
Good luck, then.
Sure. Farewell.
내려가는 게. 거기한테 하는 거? 뭐 이렇게 겹쳐 있어? 형벌 기록을 포도주 사는 거. 요리 관련해가지고. 보조. 상인하겐.
With salt,
Again?
caraway
Again.
seeds, garlic, and more. You'll find it nowhere else.
Stop right there. I have to search you.
야야야야.
Why?
For security reasons.
As you wish.
All right, you can go.
이걸 맨날 해.
Implements, instruments, and tools. Everything forward.
당신이 하겐인가? 당신이군.
Good health to you.
The bailiff sent me. He said you're looking for a cook.
That's right. I'm searching for a good cook, but I've said all that to our esteemed bailiff.
Well, I offered the bailiff my help because I know the Skalitz folk.
Ah, I see. Well, ask away then.
Do you have any particular requirements for the new cook?
Well, it would be an advantage if she knew how to cook.
Well, yes, but the bailiff said you had other conditions.
Well, I want a woman who's capable of looking after the house when I'm away on business.
Young, nimble.
What for? I want her to impress people with her food, not her face.
I understand. Sorry. I also heard there are vacant carrier jobs.
Yes, yes. I'm surprised it hasn't occurred to anyone sooner. It will certainly benefit the city if the burghers don't have to send their own servants.
It will benefit my people as well.
Of course, it goes without saying.
I also heard that you need workers to carry, to empty latrines.
It's not dignified to talk of such manners. That's not a concern for decent people.
But I need to know...
Enough. I won't have such talk in my home. God be with
그래.
you.
야. 너 있구나. 나. 포도주 내놔.
Lady Stephanie of Talmberg sent me to...
And what would she like? Fine clothes from Venice? Exquisite spices from Arabia? Jewels from Germany?
Wine. Good wine.
Ah.
Ah?
Would beer be enough?
As a gift for a noble woman's wedding? No, it definitely wouldn't.
Then that's going to be a problem. I gave the last keg of good wine away as a prize for the archery competition tomorrow.
Shit. Can I enroll in the competition?
But of course. Go to the shooting range above Rattay.
Isn't there anywhere else where I could find the wine?
Unfortunately not. I have the exclusive right to sell and buy that particular vintage. No one else in the region will stock it.
I suppose I'll just have to find a way to get it.
I'm sorry, there's nothing more I can do to help. Good luck to you.
의지 같은. 가이드소로 가야겠네. 하지만 지금 이길 수 없기 때문에 발에 많이 싸워야 된다는 거죠.
Good day to you. What do you need?
I'm supposed to find some workers, and I thought of you.
Why me?
Well, I thought you might appreciate an honest job for an honest wage.
What are you trying to say?
I just thought it might help you.
A good Samaritan, are you? Why don't you go and bother someone else? May the Lord watch over you.
God be with you. Do you need anything?
How does life in Rattay suit you?
I suppose it was kind of them to take us in. But then they just left us to fend for ourselves. Nobody gives a damn about us.
Maybe I could get you some work, if you know how to cook food.
평판하락이야.
And where would I learn that? In Skalitz? If it's gruel with lard you're after, fine. But that ain't really fair for a lord.
No, I reckon not. Well, it's not a job for you then.
So why waste my time talking about it? Come back when you've something worthwhile to tell me. Farewell.
저는 거짓다 얘긴.
Here, take this.
Thank you, good wife. Thank you.
Good day to you. What do you need?
God be with you.
Jesus Christ. Your clothes. Were you assaulted? Damn bandits, may they burn in hell. Farewell.
옷이 그새 지저분해졌어? 그렇네. 계란이야.
Greetings. What do you need?
Get it? Man cannot live by bread alone. But he
How does life in Rattay suit you?
It'd be fine if we didn't have to sleep in hovels and beg for alms. And the bailiff is always on our backs. Good luck then.
이거를 어떻게 해야 한담? 렉스가 누구지? 그래, 알렉스가 어디 있는데? 여기 있겠지?
Be merciful.
여기 어디야? 여긴 아닌 것 같은데? 밑에도 있네? 당신이 알렉스요?
Come here, young fella.
아니네. 뭐지?
Be merciful, good neighbors. I lived like you did till scum.
아니, 알렉스가 어디 있는데? 그걸 알아야 할 수 있는 거 아니야? 백과사전 인물. 알렉스가 누군지부터 찾아야 될 것 같아.
Fred baked just this morning. Fred!
Asparagus that'll cut you in half and cucumbers that'll strawberry.
좋다. 코넬리우스, 마루나. 안토니아. 찾아다니는 거 너무 빡센데? 인가? 아이 거지. 록 쿠네시? 쿠네시? 네, 걔잖아? 아하.
Good day to you. What do you need?
God be with you.
Well, you know.
I see you survived.
Aren't you observant?
You still owe me. Don't think I've forgotten.
I don't owe you. I owe your father, and he's dead. So get out of here.
Do you really want to make me angry? Do you really think that's wise?
No, I don't. Fine, I owe you. And what am I supposed to do about it? You think you'll get anything from me? Look at what I've got. But maybe I could. Maybe I could tell you where you can find some money. If you forgive my debt, that is.
All right, then. Start talking.
No. First, I want you to swear you won't be demanding anything else from me.
Very well, then. Talk.
돈 오버했는데.
When we were running from Skalitz, I heard something. I don't know who said it. It's a miracle I could even hear it in that chaos. Either way, somebody hid a lot of coin under a dovecote.
Under a dovecote? And that's it?
That's all I know. How many dovecotes could there be in Skalitz? If you've got the guts to go back there, you're bound to find it.
Fine. We'll see.
Whose home was burned to ashes by Sigurd.
아, 알렉스 찾았다.
Good health to you.
I'd like to ask about our former neighbours. There are jobs here for some of them, and I have to pick people.
The bailiff told me about it. He still wants our people to do the knacker's job?
What of it? It will benefit everyone.
Not everyone. There's not enough work for everyone, and no one wants to do the knacker's job.
Having a job could save someone's life.
Water carrying, maybe. But if they have to do a job that's not fit for a decent person, only for the knacker or the executioner's servant?
So you think there's no point in it? That it's better to beg than have a job, even if it is hauling shit?
You forget that that's a job for the knacker's hired hand, not for displaced people. When we return to Skalitz, they'll never be able to rid themselves of the stink.
I'm also looking for a cook. Do you know of a good cook who's looking for work?
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better
아그네스?
than anyone.
아그네스 본 것 같은데.
Only...
Well, what's the problem? Did something happen to her?
No, it's just that I haven't seen her around here for ages. I believe she's cooking for the local parish priest and living at the presbytery. So I don't think she's in need of work.
So, do you know who's most in need of some coin and is fit for hard work?
Everyone's in need of coin, but not everyone is fit for such work.
Who should I talk to then? Where will I find them?
I'll talk to them myself and send them to meet you in front of the Rathaus, so they'll all be in one place. It'll take me a while, though.
Thanks. I'll go.
God be with you.
일단은 교회로 가서 당신이 아그네스인가? 아니네. 뭔가? 아니네. 인가?
Deliver us from perils. Good afternoon.
Are you Agnes, who works at St. James?
I am. Or I did, before those devils rolled in and burnt down Skalitz. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper. and everyone I asked sent me to you.
I've been blessed by God.
So it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can cook food fit for nobility and take care of his household.
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good food, but I can't just go serve
이렇게 한
someone
번에 되는 게 없어.
Why not?
because I'm still Father Francis's housekeeper.
But I heard he fled and isn't coming back.
Don't pay any attention. They're just rumors. I'm still his housekeeper.
Father Francis no longer needs a housekeeper.
What? Don't tell me he's found a new one.
No, he died.
Mary, Mother of God. What happened to him? Did they murder him? But he was gone before those godless animals came along. They couldn't have caught up with him.
Oh, you're right, they didn't catch up to him. But in the chaos, he got kicked in the head by a horse, and he never recovered.
I always told him not to be afraid of them, but he was. And those hellish beasts always were able to smell it.
I can imagine. I've had dealings with them myself. So, do you know what you'll do now? Are you willing to go serve Hagen?
First, I must pray for his soul. And then I could go work for Hagen, since now I don't have anyone else to care for.
I understand. I'll leave you to it then.
God bless.
따따따따따. 응급처치? 뭐야 이거? 응대 효과 25%. 팀 민첩성 활력. 네, 보너스 1. 시민 펄 쓰는구나. 시민 도시에서 팀 활력. 화술은 좋은데 나머지가 좀 다 별론데? 민첩성 활력은 다 야생에서 볼 것 같고. 설명 찍자. 여긴 됐고.
Aren't they lovely without it either?
알렉스가 안뜰. 여기가 시청 안뜰인가? 한 시간만 보내봐. 돈이 되는 일을 해야 되는데. 한 시간만 더 기다려봐. 안복도 47인 것 봐라. 뭘 먹긴 먹어야겠는데?
If you're interested, go and see him in front of the rat house.
Henry. Our Henry.
Yes, the young blacksmith. May the Lord watch over you.
I feel quite hungry.
빵 좀 사 먹을까?
Good health to you. What are you looking for?
This looks.
됐어.
I wouldn't.
아직도 좀 걸리나 보네. 얘는 할 수 있는 걸 하고 있죠. 친인가? 뭐지? 동가? 여기 못 들어가는데? 당신이가 뭐야? 뭐요?
My respects to you.
I need to have a look in the Black Chronicle, Friedrich.
And I need blessed relief from my suffering. May the Lord have mercy.
Well, I don't know what I can do for you except bring you a priest.
I'm not dying yet. I just can't get up.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm on the trail of those killers from Neuhof, and I need to know the names of the men who were sentenced alongside Limpy Lubosch from Ujitz.
I can't remember. Once I write the record down, it goes straight out of my head.
It's essential that I find out those names. Is there anything I can do to help you get back to work?
I can't go to work when I can't stand on my feet. Konyash the apothecary has an embrocation that helps, but it costs dearly. If you brought me some, it might do the trick.
All right, I'll try and get some for you.
Farewell.
왜? 뭐했니? 분명히 끝이야? 분명 필요한 거 아닌가? 뒤에서 뭐 있어?
Heavens, lad. You're looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Last time I saw you, I thought you were ready for the priest.
I'm feeling as good as new.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Scribe Friedrich needs the embrocation for his joints.
What, again? He was here not long ago for some. He ought to make it last longer. I told him not to grease himself up so much. It could cause... Oh, the older he gets, the more foolish he is. Well, did he tell you such salvation is costly? Have a look in the shop for yourself.
About that debt.
Here you are.
Thank you. I'm glad to see you're a man of honour. Is there anything else I can do for you?
뭐지? 어제 이걸 사오라 온 거. 오케이, 갖고. 열려봐.
How are you? I bought you the embrocation, and you were right, it certainly wasn't cheap.
I know, lad. I've been using it for years.
Will you let me have a look at the Black Chronicle?
Well, you helped me, so now I'll help you. Come along, and I'll show you our Black Chronicle.
That really is a miraculous ointment. You haven't even rubbed it on and it's already working.
You know how it is. Faith itself is the greatest healer. Just thinking about the relief it will bring makes me feel better. So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Come along. God be with you.
뭐야?
Bye.
뭘. 아, 뭐 어디 있는데? 이건가? 형 집행의 책 라타이. 응? 뭐 어쩌다는 거지?
Why are you keeping me?
글은 아는데. 응? 이거라고? 포코브 아니고 혼다의 귀를 잘랐다. 뭐야? 아, 일단 어디 갔어? 무슨 소리지? 아시오.
Bye.
이 새끼 귀에 잘렸다고? 멀쩡하네? 야,
Good health to you.
You're
물음반.
one of the people interested in work?
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions. You are...
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock. There was more than enough Peters in the mines. And not just in the mines. So...
There's one more option. Carrying shit.
What? For the knacker?
It's a job.
But what would people say? I need money badly, but I couldn't go back to mining after that.
But it would be twice the pay.
The money would help, true enough. What about afterwards? I don't want to be carrying shit all my life.
Look at it this way. You'll earn double the money in the same time, or the same money in half the time. That's not bad, is it?
Well, you have a point. I could get it over and done with quickly, and... Alright, I'll take it. I suppose it won't kill me.
Good. I'm sure you won't regret it. That's enough for now.
God be with you.
Good day to you. What do you need?
You hear about the water carrying?
Ham, where do I get some pails?
Hold your horses. We haven't decided yet who gets the job. I have to ask you a few things first.
What for? I can handle the job. But ask away.
What trade did you do before?
I worked in the mines, at the winch. You've heard of Tonda the winch, right? Strong as a bull.
Ah, the name sounds familiar. You were one of the new miners, weren't you?
I was. I came last autumn. The winter was mild enough to work the mines, and I showed everyone I was a hard worker. So did I get the job?
We're not finished yet. Well, there's also the option of carrying, shit.
Not a chance. I'm not carrying any shit around. And if anyone tries to make me, I'll break his legs.
I understand. I shouldn't have even asked.
Yeah.
I know everything I need.
So, can I go carry water then?
Not yet. I'll tell the bailiff and he'll choose.
Well, I hope he chooses me. Otherwise, I might be very angry.
If you think I'm afraid of you, you're mistaken.
We'll see. God be with you.
Hey, am I invisible or what?
이렇게 다섯이야? 아,
God be with you.
일
Are
때문에
you here
하죠?
on account of the water carrying?
Yes, I am. My name is Vincent.
너다,
Nice
딱이다.
to meet you. I'll ask a few questions and we'll see. All right?
Fine. Ask away.
What did you do before this?
I work for my father.
Doing what? Who's your father, anyway?
He was Moimir. We had a farm near Scarlet's.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
I don't go to taverns.
What happened with Bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
I don't know. I didn't talk to him at all.
So you're probably here about carrying water, right?
I want to carry water.
That's all? You've nothing more to add?
That's what's needed, ain't it?
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm alive. But I miss my father. And the farm, too.
That's enough for now.
May the Lord watch over you.
똥풀 썰으면 더 필요한데.
Good day to you. What do you need?
You hear about the water carrying?
Aye. I can haul water all day long.
So, do you want the job? There's plenty of other folk that will take it if you don't.
I do. I want it.
아, 좋아, 너다.
What do I have to do?
엉퍼야, 너다.
Besides water, you could carry... you could empty latrines.
What? Carry shit? That'd be a new one for me. No, it's not a thing I'd go around boasting about.
Hey, am I invisible or what?
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner, then a farm laborer, then I was a servant, then I fled from Skullets and ended up here.
Quite
그
the fat
사람이 저
totem,
두
aren't
명밖에
you?
없는데?
Was none of those jobs good enough for you?
I liked them all, but they were always sending me to do something else. Pickman, they'd say. Leave this and go and do that.
Right, I see.
You just going to pretend I'm not here?
What happened with the bailiff? He couldn't...
That peacock, what was strutting up and he told me he'd not...
Well, I could put in a good word for you, but you'll have to scratch my back too.
Fair enough.
No, you dolt. It's just a...
Ah.
Treasure, you say? Right, you got my attention.
I see you're a smart man. A man who knows a thing or two about the world. I've got... Wait.
Never heard of her. Who's she?
She was a great...
Magical, eh?
No, it's true. It's in the Bible. And this sword...
I see. But you've only got one peep.
I couldn't get it all. The fellow I bought it off didn't have the rest. He sold off bits...
Ah, forget it. I'm not interested in a rusty piece of steel. Now, silver...
그런 판타지 같은 건 없다, 이 녀석아.
I don't have any groschen. Not a one.
Tough luck, then.
God be with you.
당신은 뭘 할 수 있죠?
God be with you. Do you need anything?
뽕 풀 수 있어요?
What do you want?
I want to work. And I heard you're the...
It's true. Do you know how to cook? If you know how to make food for nobles, then I might have something for you.
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles? I want to carry water.
But Alex has already picked people who want to carry water.
He didn't ask me, though. So I came here myself.
Look, I already have more people than jobs. You're a bit late.
But I really need a job.
Well, so does everyone else around here.
None of them has a husband on his deathbed.
What did you do in Skalitz?
I was at the silverworks, roasting the ore and washing.
Oh, Christ. Things got very ugly there.
What else could I do?
All right. I'll think about it and talk to the bailiff.
And you'll tell him to take me, right? Take care.
넌 똥 풀 거지?
There's still something I want to ask you.
Yes?
There's one more.
What? For the
It's a job.
But what would...
But it would be...
The money would...
Look at it.
Well...
Good. That's enough for now.
Take care now.
모르겠는데? 없네. 영모 어디 갔대? 감옥이네.
Jesus Christ be praised.
아, 얘도
Interested in
1대
carrying
문제인가?
water?
I am. It's about time something good came to decent folk.
I agree. Now, I'll ask you a few questions.
What? But I want the work and I deserve it. Keep your questions for good-for-nothings.
What makes you so deserving? How did you make a living before this?
I was the owner of a mine. Well, I had a lease on it. But in our line of work, it amounts to the same thing.
The chief, eh? But have you ever hauled a bucket of ore?
There's no hill in a mine. Just a shaft with a winch.
It's hard work carrying water.
So is taking care of a mine.
It's not quite the same thing, is it? You need brawn to carry water, not brains.
I wasn't born a mine owner, you know. I've done...
There's also the...
Are you trying to...
True. That...
Double, hey? Well, that's not bad, but, double.
That's enough for now.
Take care now.
야. 몰라, 되게. 무슨 하겠지. 뭐야, 어디 갔어, 이 방관?
Will you let me have a look at the Black Chronicle?
Well, you helped me, so now I'll help you.
That really is a miraculous ointment.
You know how it is. Bye.
Could you find something for me in that book? The thing is, I don't
know how to read, do you? So what do you need to know?
I'm trying to track down those Neuhoff cutthroats, and I need to find out the names of any cronies of Limpy Lubosh from Ujitz.
Give me a while. Been a pleasure.
써있어. 여기 안 나.
So did you find any mention of Limpy in the book?
I did. Apart from Lubosh, there's mention of some Anton from Vlashim and Hinek, known as Riki, from Ledechko.
Ledechko? That's a stone's throw from here.
Aye. Certainly closer than Vlashim.
Thanks for your help.
Thank you for that ointment. Good luck to you.
Yeah. 뭘 사주는 거야?
Is someone there?
또 어떻게 나와요 그러면? 어디야 이게? 연관 또 어디였지?
Green cabbage! Get it before it goes brown!
가게는 요리사.
Have a look at these cucumbers. They'll stay firm all winter. Buy them before someone else does.
왜 없냐? 어디 갔어 여기? 시간이 늦었나? 시간이 좀 늦긴 했구나.
Bread, fresh bread. Bread.
응? 분술집. 그쵸. 아? 왔어? 빵빵빵빵.
I'll be with you. May the Lord watch over you.
방 구할 수가 없네.
Good evening. Take care.
빵빵빵빵.
God be with you.
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
Could be. It might not be to your liking, though, on account of it's the executioner who's looking for someone. At least, that's what I've heard. Of course, folk here don't want to have anything to do with him. Only the more they avoid him, the more they gossip about him. God be with you.
요건 뭐지? 방을 빌릴 수가 없네. 여기서 자라 이건가?
From Scotland's good folk. Neighbor.
바로 일어나.
Nice and warm.
하니까요?
You all know what happened there. Help your neighbor.
Dare you sleep in someone else's bed? Get lost! Get up! What are you doing lying here? Get the hell out!
난 여기서 못 자는데. 어디서 자라는 거야?
Someone there.
Knives, axes, rakes, hoes. Get the best right here.
What kind of governor?
Sir Anna.
What's life like?
Life is good.
How do the...
Well...
Have you heard any...
Don't talk.
Do you know if there's...
Take care now.
뭐 없을 리가 없을 텐데. 덤덤. 아, 저기를 가야 돼.
A lovely day.
Yeah.
여기 있네.
Yeah.
원주인?
Good day.
Can I sleep here?
All right. For how long?
영구 임대가 있네.
How about if I pay you for several nights?
All right. Money up front, though.
That's too much. I'll have to think it over.
Suit yourself.
Can I sleep here?
All right. For how long?
Just the one night?
Sure, but let's see your coin first. These are harsh times.
Here you go.
You'll like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud it is.
Where do I go to sleep?
On the upper floor of the inn. There's steps up to it outside.
위층에
Second.
두 번째 문이에요.
May the Lord watch over you.
천방. 아. 더 넓게.